In this video, we're going to do an overview of the work orders in CemTrax, as well as advanced searches and reports. Let's begin by first discussing what a work order in CemTrax can be. A work order can certainly be an order issued to a maintenance worker of the cemetery to do a repair or other type of work on the grounds. Many cemeteries will not have such a person that they would issue a work order to. However, you may still find that you want to track activities that have happened in your cemetery over the course of history, and a work order can certainly accomplish that as well. So let's go ahead and issue a couple of work orders. Clicking on the New button, we start a new work order, and you must issue a unique work order number. My convention is to use a year, and then sequentially number each one. So 2020, number 1. The date of this work order will be April 1st, 2020. Now we can assign a work order to a specific space, such as if there's a repair to be done to a monument. However, you do not need to assign a space to a work order. This work order is going to be a high priority, and the description of the work is going to be the cemetery sign was damaged in a storm on March 31st. Please fix bottom of sign. And obviously you can be as detailed or general as you want to in your description. Then you can assign who the work order was taken by, who reported it. Perhaps someone on the cemetery committee reported this, or a member of the community, or someone from the religious organization that your cemetery is for. So when we're done entering that information, we click Save. And now, let's say a few days have passed and that work has been completed. I'll go back in and edit that work order. I'll mark it as complete. It was completed on the 2nd of April of 2020. And I'll give myself credit for the work. Now let's add another work order, which is a demonstration of how you can use work orders to log activities that happen in your cemetery. So I'm going to click on New for another work order. I'm going to change the year on the work order number. Let's say this is 2018, and it's work order number 15. In this case, the date would be, let's pick August 5th of 2018. I'm again not going to assign this to a specific space. The priority I will leave as normal. And the description of the work is mowing the grass. And I'll immediately mark it as complete because I know it's already been done. And it was completed on August 5th. And then I click Save. This way, if you want to, you can track every time the grass has been mowed. You could also track when improvements have been done, perhaps fixing the driveway, picking up debris after a storm, perhaps sticks or pine cones or raking leaves in the fall, whatever needs to be done. And you can track year to year when these activities took place. If we go to the Find view for work orders, as with many other areas of CemTrax, we can type in search parameters and find out what things have been done within a certain period of time, or find certain work orders. So if we wanted to, we could enter a date range of January 1st, 2010 to the end of 2010 and find out all of the lawn mowing that took place during that period of time. Let's move on to our next section, which will be advanced searches. And advanced searches are just that. They're very in-depth, detailed ways of searching for information within CemTrax. So within the many views of CemTrax, such as people, spaces, and burials, there are many fields of information we can enter. In the Advanced Searches section, we can search on any of those fields. So if our cemetery has thousands of people saved within CemTrax, we can search for those people. Perhaps I'm looking for someone named Tim. I can type that in the first name field and apply the filter, and that comes up. But I can also use the other fields of information to search for things as well. And these fields are used together. So if I were to search for Tim, I could find all Tims who were born between a certain date range, or all Tims who have a death date of a certain date range. So this helps me narrow down my list of information to find exactly what I'm looking for. As you can see off to the right, you can also search in the custom fields that you have activated in CemTrax. I'll clear the filter now that I'm done, and all names will come back up. We can also do this for spaces, and with any of the views in the advanced searches, you can click on the header of a column, and it will sort that column. Click again, it does a reverse sort, and click again a third time, it goes back to the default. So as you can see with spaces, there are many fields you can search on. And remember, when you enter information in multiple fields, those search criteria are combined. We have advanced searches for burials, for burial permissions, markers or headstones, monuments, whatever your term is, deeds, and finally work orders. Next we'll move on to the reports section of CemTrax. Your demo of CemTrax will have the same reports that are in what you're seeing on the screen now. I'll click through each category so you can see the names of each of the reports. If you'd like to pause the video, you can read the names of each one. Space status, burials, markers, deeds, people, work order reports, cemetery level reports, custom. Now this is blank, but if you were to order custom reports for your license of CemTrax, you can do this. Please remember that custom reports come at an additional fee. And the other reports are used more for administrative type of work. So let's go back to the spaces category. I'm going to run a report on all spaces sold for the year 2010. And that's my activity report for all spaces sold. Some reports have parameters you can enter, such as this one, so that you can narrow down what the report is showing you. Not all reports will have parameters like this. So the sold date would be January 1st, 2010 to December 31st of 2010. And then when I run that report, I can see the different spaces that were sold that year. And if you want, you can print this report, or you can export it to Excel, a text file, a PDF, email, Word, or even an HTML document. In the next video, we will discuss the settings and help section of CemTrax.